So I got this message. I'm going to answer her in a video. Okay. She's Caribbean and she's married to a Black American, right? This whole fiasco, this whole thing is breaking her heart. Okay. It's breaking a lot of people's hearts, right? But I just want to say this fact. There will be, okay, a portion of Black Americans who are done. Okay? It doesn't matter what anybody says. There's a portion of Black Americans who are done. They're finished. Okay? They're finished with everyone else. Because when some people are disrespected, and you got to know, and I'm sure she knows Black American culture. There ain't gonna be no going back and forth. If that's it, that's it. Okay? So that's how that goes, okay? There's going to be a portion. Now there's going to be another portion of Black Americans who deal with who deals with them. Okay? And that's me. Okay? Like that's me. Like I don't have an issue with anybody around the world except if some individual from somewhere else looks at me or messages me and says they can't stand me because of who I am. Guess what? That is okay with me because I can block and I don't ever have to ever deal with that person again. That's me. I'm on that one. Okay. So that's my personality. I'm not gonna force myself on anybody. Just like my cousins. Some people don't like the fact that I have Nigerian cousins, okay, through ancestry. I located them through ancestry, right? And they're Igbo. I love them to death, okay? Okay? For real. Thing is, they've never done anything to me. Okay, they've been great with me. Okay, now we might get into our little spats or something every now and then, but we're cousins and they're gonna remain my cousin. We have a relationship. We developed a relationship. We have a relationship. I'm sure they fought with their own siblings. Their siblings. I know them all, and I'm sure they got no, they're siblings though, and nothing's gonna ever break that bond. I feel the same way about them. Like no diaspora war is gonna tear me away from them. I'm dead serious. Not on my end. Okay, not on my end. I love them. I do. Okay, and there are a lot of Black Americans like me. We rock with who rock with us. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And then there's a section of Black America who are going to push and push and push and push and try to tear down walls and break down walls and try to bring everyone together. That's their goal, okay? And there's nothing wrong with people like that, okay? So, and I'm sure there's some people on the African continent the same way, okay, right? So those my phone's about to die. So those are the groups of people we're dealing with, okay? Online, okay? So you just have to know which one you're talking to, okay? Now here's my solution. If you are completely done with everybody everywhere, be done with them for real. Don't go under their comments. Don't make videos about them. Don't do anything. If you're completely done with somebody, pretend like they don't even exist. That's the solution. So from the African continent, from Caribbean, wherever, I don't care. From Black America, if you're completely done, erase them from your mind. Okay? Don't talk about them, don't say nothing. If you're like me and you rock with who rock with you, then you say stuff. You can be honest or whatever, but it's never in a hateful way. It's never going to be in a I hate you way, and we're going to be able to get over it and blah blah. We're going to still find common ground and we're going to still be all right. Like for instance, I'm not getting ready to stop using shea butter. Okay? I don't give a flip who the flip boycott. And if you want to boycott, you got a right to boycott, okay? I made a video. I thought the boycott was There's a certain festival I'm boycotting. Okay, but other than that, I'm not gonna boycott across no board for anybody. I'm gonna use my shea butter because that's what the flip I use on my hair. Okay, and it's African shea butter. Okay, now if the people who make that shea butter have a problem with me, right? If the company that I get the shea butter from has a problem with me, then I'm gonna stop using that particular brand of shea butter. I go to somebody else who don't have a problem with me who making shea butter. Okay, that's just how that go. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of options out here. Okay. Now let's say, for instance, if one of the groups of people who are trying to push to grab people who completely can't stand each other and try to push them to make it work. There are people like that. Okay, so okay. All right. And somebody said, okay, Marika, I want to invite you to something where I want to invite you to a Yoruba festival or something like that. I'll go. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody that's Yoruba will like me there because I'm Black American, right? I already know that. But I'll go because there are also people who are there who like me. You know what I'm saying? Who, when I say like, who don't mind me being there, I should say, because if I want to be real, I don't care who like me or not. But like I'm saying, like who don't mind me being there. You know what I'm saying? Plus I was invited. So I'll go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect everybody to be the same. And that's the thing. So regardless of what's going on now, like you you have to just accept that some people don't tolerate no bull crap. Okay? Some people have a little bit more tolerance and some people are going to fight through it. All right? That's just some people don't tolerate no bull crap. None. Okay? They will cut you clean, okay? Then and I'm like that as well. However, what I don't do, it has to be to me individually. It has to be the individual to me. To me, okay? Cuz I done dropped some folk like bad habits in a second. It don't matter. Okay? But I'm not going to, because I think, okay, I know that a whole continent of people or a whole globe of people don't feel the exact same way. Okay. So if somebody comes online and says something to you, just block that person. You don't never have to hear from that person no more. You know what I'm saying? Let them go into their little group of people and talk trash about you all day because they need somebody to talk about. Okay. But and unfortunately, a lot of people are hurt by this and everything because I had look when I went and did my ancestry test or whatever, honey. That's how I located my African family over there. Okay, that's how I located, and we became family through a relationship. Okay, the same way someone can become your cousin over here through relationship. Okay, and they might not even be blood related. Okay, but we're genetically related and we formed a great relationship. So you just have to know who you're dealing with, but don't go in this denial of the truth talking about some, oh, we don't have African ancestry and oh, we don't have this just because you upset. Okay, and it's one more thing, it's common for this to happen historically where a larger group, let's say the diaspora or a large group of an African continent, put a smaller portion out and disown them. Okay, this has happened in the Jewish community. This has happened in European communities. This has happened across the board. This isn't new. Okay, this is not new. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. It's not new. Okay, so you have to take it for what it is and just find out where you're going to stand in the mix. That's for everybody. Let me add this. Whenever that clock turns, okay? It's like day and night. You can't get yesterday back. Okay? No matter how hard you try, you cannot get yesterday back. So when you make decisions, especially with your mouth, with your tongue, there are consequences. When you make decisions which rattling off at the mouth, there are consequences. Okay? When you're on here listening to people with no faces and all that stuff, you don't know who it is. You don't know who it is. With all some weird stuff on, you don't know who it is, okay? So if you're making a decision not based off what you know, but based off how someone made you feel, you better slow step that thing or not step that way at all. Because once you go a certain route with your, that's it. Sometimes you can't get yesterday back. That goes for the whole entire diaspora. That goes for the African continent. That goes for everybody. Okay? Period. It's going to be what it's going to be. That's exactly how Africa got bum rushed. Because they got bum rushed. Okay? That's exactly how this happens over and over and over again. So I can't take away anybody's choice. God gave every man a choice, every man and every woman a choice on how they walk and how they choose. You choose your blessings or your cursings and you deal with it. That's your God given right.